In today's world, the most often used excuse for not voting is that your vote is too little to matter, and a lot of people insist that their vote is so little that it cannot shift the polls in such a way. But when so many people say such a thing, it can shift the poll, and in reality, there's been many historical examples and instances where their votes have shifted electoral colleges as well as local government popular votes. Each vote matters enormously, and I believe that the decision to vote or not will help determine the future state of your country, or again, local government. Through the National Bureau of Economic Research, research shows that your vote has an approximate 1 in 10 million chance of determining the polls in a national election for presidency. The election results will determine who has the power, of course. Being a voter and showing that you are awake and aware of the president's their viewpoints, economic viewpoints, whatever they believe in, shows that you know what's going on in today's world, and will send a powerful message to those elected officials and overall make them more accountable. When you look at a candidate's amount of popular votes, you can see which in each state, and sometimes people even shift electoral college completely with just one vote. Being a voter and showing that you are capable of knowing what's going on in all the polls and not just what your friends think. It shows that you have knowledge in what's going on. For example, while voting on Congress, we need to take into consideration that they ultimately have the power to make a decision on affordable health care for all. Criminal justice comes to mind. Income inequality, and the future of social safety net programs such as retirement funds that sometimes will run out due to poorly used with that money, the government's money. Your vote will make a large impact on such things, and who you have representing you in your community as well as the country. This will help ensure that the people you vote on, put in office, will respect our communities and country somewhat, and have the best interest of each individual in mind. Again, when people look at the amount of votes for each candidate, they believe it inspires them. When the candidates look, it inspires them that they know what they're doing is correct, to gain more voters with those viewpoints. The election results can also determine who has the power in state legislation. They, as a branch of our nation, have the power to make the decision on state funding, that goes for schools, roads, and gun legislation. Medicaid expansion and the raising of minimum wage also come to mind. All of these things will affect us and our children in the future, and their generations after that. Your vote will ultimately help choose that, and that will represent you and your ideas. So it's very important to get out and vote. In conclusion, it is ultimately your decision if you believe that your vote does not put an impact on the world, or not. Who we have in office in our nation makes an enormous impact for our lives and our futures. They make the call. They make the decisions for us as individuals and our country as a whole, to defend our country as well when foreign trade comes along. It's important that you vote in all elections. That goes for local government, as in mayor or senator, governor, as well, of course, as the national presidency vote election. You should vote, I believe. You should always exercise your privilege and opportunity as American. It's your God-given right when born into this country. Your vote will be counted and make a difference who is determining the future of our country. That goes for all of your generations that come after you. Well, thank you for watching.